Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Today, we're diving into a topic that has been highly requested. Does the law of attraction really work? This concept has been widely discussed across social media, self-help books, and motivational speeches. But what does it actually mean? How does it work? And more importantly, what does the Bible say about it? Before we get into it, I need your help. If you enjoy this content, leave a like. It really helps more people find this video. And of course, share it with your friends, family, and anyone who might be curious about this topic. Also, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Have you ever tried using the law of attraction? Do you think it works, or do you have doubts about it? How do you believe faith and thoughts influence our lives? Let's get this conversation going. Now, let's dive into the truth behind the law of attraction, its origins, what science says about it, and how it aligns, or not, with biblical principles. Stay tuned. What is the law of attraction? The law of attraction is a concept widely promoted in self-help circles, coaching programs, and motivational speeches. Many trainers, influencers, and business consultants use this idea as a key element in personal development strategies. At its core, the law of attraction suggests that your thoughts shape your reality. What you focus on, whether positive or negative, tends to manifest in your life. In other words, success or failure is largely determined by the thoughts you cultivate. If you constantly think about wealth and success, you will attract them into your life. On the other hand, if you focus on fear, negativity, or failure, you are likely to experience them as well. This idea is often presented as a scientific principle, though it is primarily a philosophical and psychological approach rather than a law backed by experimental science. Many people see it as a way to gain control over their lives, believing that visualization and mental conditioning can turn dreams into reality. But is this really how things work? Can thoughts alone determine our destiny? And most importantly, what does the Bible say about this? In the next section, we'll explore the historical background of this idea and how it evolved into what we know today. The historical background of the law of attraction. The law of attraction did not emerge recently. Its origins trace back to the 19th century. One of the earliest figures associated with this concept was Phineas Quimby, an American hypnotherapist and philosopher. He believed that the mind could heal the body, claiming to have cured himself of tuberculosis through positive thinking. Quimby's ideas laid the foundation for the New Thought movement, which emphasized mental control over reality. Later, in 1887, the term law of attraction appeared in spiritualist literature, particularly through Helena Blavatsky, a Russian occultist known for her mystical and esoteric teachings. Following her, Prentice Mulford became one of the central figures in the New Thought movement, advocating that thoughts shape destiny. In the early 20th century, authors like Elizabeth Town and Bruce McClelland further popularized the idea, linking prosperity and success to the power of the mind. The phrase, "you are what you think," became a central theme in their teachings. By the 1930s, 1950s, the concept gained even more traction through books like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale, You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. These books positioned the law of attraction as a method for wealth, health, and success, reinforcing the idea that faith and mental projection create reality. The movement continued to grow, reaching mainstream audiences with Paulo Coelho's books in the 1980s and 1990s and later exploding in popularity in the 21st century with the release of The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. Over time, the law of attraction evolved into a commercialized self-help phenomenon, merging with ideas from hypnosis, psychology, and even quantum physics. But does this philosophy hold up under scientific scrutiny? And what are its spiritual implications? Next, we'll analyze whether the law of attraction is scientifically valid and how it has been interpreted in modern psychology and religious teachings. The law of attraction in modern popular culture. In the 21st century, the law of attraction became a global phenomenon, mainly due to the release of The Secret, a documentary, 2006, and book, 2007, by Rhonda Byrne. This work claimed to reveal an ancient secret that had been used by history's most successful figures. According to The Secret, the universe operates on 3 simple steps. Ask, clearly define what you want, not only in words, but in vivid mental images. Believe, act as if you have already received what you asked for. Receive, be grateful, and expect the universe to deliver it to you. The book emphasized that thoughts emit energy and that by aligning one's mind with specific desires, the universe would respond accordingly. This idea gained massive popularity, spawning spin-offs like The Secret to Business, The Secret to Health, and various self-help programs. Beyond The Secret, Many motivational speakers, life coaches, and business trainers have embraced and adapted the law of attraction into their teachings. It has become a multi-million-dollar industry, with seminars, books, and online courses promising life-changing results through mental visualization. This concept has also made its way into spiritual and religious circles, particularly through prosperity theology, which teaches that faith can bring financial success and physical healing. The idea that God wants you to be rich aligns closely with the law of attraction's focus on material gains. However, despite its widespread appeal, critics argue that the law of attraction oversimplifies reality. Many who follow its principles expect their desires to manifest effortlessly, often overlooking the importance of effort, discipline, and external circumstances. This raises an important question. Does science actually support the law of attraction? In the next section, we'll examine the scientific perspective and whether there is any real evidence behind these claims. The scientific perspective on the law of attraction. One of the biggest claims made by proponents of the law of attraction is that it is scientifically proven. However, when analyzed through the scientific method, this theory does not hold up. Science relies on experimentation, observation, and falsifiability to validate a hypothesis. For something to be considered scientifically valid, it must be tested repeatedly, producing consistent, measurable results. The law of attraction, however, does not meet these criteria. Its effects are subjective and anecdotal, not scientifically measurable. Does quantum physics prove the law of attraction? Many supporters of the law of attraction attempt to use quantum physics as scientific backing, claiming that consciousness influences reality. This idea gained traction through figures like Deepak Chopra, who misinterpret quantum mechanics to suggest that observation alone creates reality. However, real quantum physicists reject this interpretation. In scientific experiments, observation refers to measurement through instruments, not mere human awareness. One such experiment, based on Bell's inequality, proved that quantum particles behave independently of human perception. The psychological aspect. While science does not support the supernatural claims of the law of attraction, there is some psychological truth behind the idea that thoughts influence behavior. Studies show that positive thinking and visualization can help improve motivation and focus, leading to better decision-making. For example, cognitive psychology supports the idea that the mind filters reality based on our expectations. If someone buys a Toyota car, they suddenly notice many Toyotas on the road, not because more Toyotas exist, but because their brain is now attuned to that detail. Similarly, people who focus on negativity tend to notice more negative things in life, reinforcing their pessimistic worldview. However, this is not the same as manifesting external reality through thoughts alone. Positive thinking can help enhance opportunities, but it does not magically create wealth, health, or success without real effort. Final thoughts on science and the law of attraction. There is no scientific study that confirms the universe responds to thoughts in a supernatural way. Quantum physics does not support the idea that consciousness directly shapes reality. Psychology shows that thoughts influence perception and decision-making, but they do not materialize desires without action. In the next section, we will explore what theology and the Bible say about the law of attraction. Can faith and thoughts truly change reality? Let's find out. Theological and biblical perspective on the law of attraction. From a Christian and biblical perspective, the law of attraction presents some challenges. While it promotes the power of belief, it often removes God from the equation, placing human thought as the ultimate force in shaping reality. This contradicts Christian teachings, which emphasize that God, not human will, is the true source of blessings and transformation. Does the Bible support the law of attraction? Some proponents argue that the law of attraction aligns with biblical principles, citing verses that emphasize faith and belief. Examples include Mark 11 verse 24, "Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." Matthew 7 verses 7 to 8, "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you." Proverbs 4 verse 23, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." These verses suggest that faith and mindset play a role in receiving blessings. However, unlike the law of attraction, biblical teachings do not guarantee material success simply through visualization or belief. Instead, they emphasize that God's will is the ultimate deciding factor. Faith versus self-empowerment. One of the key differences between biblical faith and the law of attraction is who holds the power. The law of attraction teaches that you create your reality through your own thoughts. The Bible teaches that God is sovereign, and while faith is important, prayer aligns us with God's will, not our own desires. For example, Jesus himself prayed in Luke 22 verse 42, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me, yet not my will, but yours be done." Unlike the law of attraction's message to manifest what you want, Jesus submitted to God's will above all. The role of positive thinking in Christianity. While the Bible does not teach the law of attraction, it does encourage faith, gratitude, and a renewed mindset. Romans 12 verse 2, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Philippians 4 verse 8, "Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, think about such things." These verses show that thoughts matter, but they must be aligned with God's principles rather than self-centered materialism. Final thoughts on the law of attraction and Christianity. Faith and positive thinking have biblical support, but they are not magic formulas to get what we want. The Bible teaches trust in God's plan, rather than simply visualizing desires. Instead of manifesting wealth or health, Christians are called to seek God's kingdom first. Matthew 6 verse 33. In the next section, we'll explore how psychology explains the effects of positive thinking and belief systems, and how they can impact our lives. The psychological aspects of the law of attraction. While the law of attraction is not scientifically proven, psychology does support the idea that thoughts influence behavior. The way we think affects how we perceive the world, how we interact with others, and the decisions we make, which can lead to positive or negative outcomes. The role of the subconscious mind. Psychologists have long studied how the subconscious mind processes information and shapes our behavior. Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, proposed that the subconscious mind actively seeks patterns and reinforces existing beliefs. For example, when you buy a new car, you suddenly notice that same model everywhere. The number of cars hasn't increased. You've just trained your brain to recognize them. Similarly, if you constantly focus on negative thoughts, your brain will start noticing more negativity, reinforcing a pessimistic mindset. The impact of positive thinking. Studies in cognitive psychology and behavioral science show that a positive mindset can improve motivation, confidence, and even health outcomes. Some psychological effects related to the law of attraction include selective attention, you notice what you focus on. Confirmation bias, your brain seeks evidence to support your beliefs. Self-fulfilling prophecy, if you believe you will fail, you are less likely to take action, increasing the chances of failure. Can positive thinking go too far? While optimism is beneficial, blindly believing in positive outcomes without taking action can be dangerous. Some studies, like those published in the Journal of Marketing and the book Smile or Die by Barbara Ehrenreich, show that excessive reliance on positive thinking can lead to disillusionment and even depression when expectations are not met. People who fully commit to the law of attraction sometimes experience emotional distress when their desires do not manifest. Instead of questioning the method, they blame themselves for not thinking positively enough, leading to guilt, frustration, and low self-esteem. Final thoughts on psychology and the law of attraction. Thoughts influence behavior, but they do not magically change reality. Positive thinking helps, but action is essential. Unrealistic expectations can lead to disappointment and emotional distress. Next, we will explore the dangers of misusing the law of attraction and the potential risks of blindly embracing it. The dangers of misusing the law of attraction. While the law of attraction promotes positive thinking, it also carries significant risks when embraced without critical thinking. Some of these dangers include spiritual, psychological, and practical consequences that can mislead people into unrealistic expectations or even harmful beliefs. 1. Removing God from the equation. One of the greatest dangers is that the law of attraction shifts power from God to the individual. Many teachings emphasize that your thoughts alone control reality, making faith in God seem unnecessary. This mindset aligns more with humanism than biblical faith, where blessings come from God rather than mere mental focus. 2. Ignoring effort and hard work. The idea that simply thinking about success will bring wealth or health can lead to passivity. Many people who adopt this belief fail to take necessary actions, thinking that the universe will deliver results on its own. In reality, faith, discipline, and persistence play a crucial role in achieving success. 3. The risk of blaming the victim. Since the law of attraction teaches that everything in life is a result of one's thoughts, it can create a dangerous mindset of self-blame. If someone is sick, poor, or facing difficulties, they might believe it's their fault for not thinking positively enough. This can lead to guilt, shame, and emotional distress, rather than encouraging real solutions. 4. Materialism and self-centered thinking. Many law of attraction teachings focus on manifesting wealth, luxury, and success, leading to a materialistic mindset. Instead of seeking spiritual growth or helping others, people may become overly focused on personal gain. This contradicts biblical principles that emphasize generosity, humility, and seeking God's kingdom first. Matthew 6, verse 33. 5. False promises and emotional damage. Some followers of the law of attraction become emotionally distressed when their desires do not manifest. Studies have shown that unrealistic expectations can lead to depression and self-doubt, especially when people believe they failed because of negative thinking. Final thoughts on the risks of the law of attraction. Thoughts alone do not shape reality. Faith, effort, and action are essential. God's will is above human desires, and prayer should align with His plan. Materialism and self-centered thinking can distract from spiritual priorities. Blaming people for their struggles is unfair and harmful. In the next section, we will discuss how to find a balanced perspective, avoiding both blind faith in the law of attraction and complete rejection of its useful aspects. Finding a balance between faith, thought, and action. While the law of attraction has many flaws, completely rejecting the idea of positive thinking can also be a mistake. The key is to find a balanced approach, recognizing the importance of faith, mindset, and action without falling into unrealistic expectations or spiritual distortions. 1. The role of faith and divine will. The Bible teaches that faith is powerful, but it must be placed in God, not in our own thoughts. Many verses emphasize the importance of trusting in God's plan rather than merely trying to manifest our own desires. Romans 12, verse 2. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Matthew 6, verse 33. Seek first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be given to you. Mark 11, verse 24. Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. These verses show that faith and thought patterns matter, but they must be aligned with God's purpose, not selfish ambition. 2. The importance of positive thinking within limits. While the law of attraction exaggerates the power of thought, psychology confirms that a healthy mindset impacts motivation, focus, and resilience. A renewed mind helps people overcome fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs. Optimism and gratitude can improve emotional well-being. But thoughts alone are not enough. Action is always required. 3. Avoiding extreme positions. Some people blindly embrace the law of attraction, expecting thoughts to create reality. Others completely reject any concept related to mindset and personal responsibility. The truth lies somewhere in the middle. Trust in God, but take action. Think positively, but remain realistic. Pray for blessings, but understand that God's will is greater than personal desires. For personal effort is still necessary. Jesus healed the sick, but they had to come to Him. Jesus restored the blind, but He did not get them a job. They had to act. God provides opportunities, but humans must take responsibility. This shows that while faith and mindset play a role in success, laziness and passivity are not biblical principles. Final thoughts on finding balance. Faith, positive thinking, and action must work together. God's will is always above personal desires. Success is a combination of mindset, effort, and divine blessings. A healthy perspective avoids both superstition and extreme skepticism. In the next section, we will discuss the importance of discernment, how to recognize truth from deception, and avoid being misled by false promises. The importance of discernment. When approaching topics like the law of attraction, it is essential to use discernment, the ability to distinguish truth from deception. Many philosophies mix spiritual principles, psychology, and self-help techniques, making it difficult to separate what is beneficial from what is misleading. 1. Recognizing truth versus distortion. Not everything about positive thinking is false, but many aspects of the law of attraction distort biblical and psychological truths. Some key misinterpretations include: claim, the universe responds to your thoughts. Truth, God is in control, not an impersonal force. Claim, if you think positively, everything will go your way. Truth, while a positive mindset helps, life is unpredictable. Faith does not guarantee instant success. Claim, science proves the law of attraction works. Truth, no credible scientific studies confirm that thoughts alone can shape external reality. 2. Avoiding blind acceptance or total rejection. Some people embrace the law of attraction without question, while others completely dismiss anything related to mindset and faith. The balanced approach is: use wisdom, test ideas before believing them. Compare teachings to biblical principles. Does it align with faith in God or human self-reliance? Be cautious with extreme claims. Promises of instant success often lead to disappointment. 3. Learning from biblical wisdom. The Bible warns about false teachings that sound appealing but lack truth. 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 21. Test everything. Hold fast to what is good. Proverbs 14 verse 15. The simple believe anything, but the prudent give thought to their steps. Matthew 7 verse 15. Beware of false prophets, who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. These verses encourage critical thinking, spiritual discernment, and caution when encountering new philosophies. 4. The risk of manipulation. Many self-help movements, and even some religious groups, use the law of attraction to manipulate people into buying expensive courses, books, or seminars, blaming themselves for failures instead of recognizing external realities, believing that faith is only about material blessings rather than spiritual growth. By applying discernment, we can recognize when an idea is beneficial and when it is being used for deception or profit. Final thoughts on discernment. Not everything labeled as spiritual is biblical. Always compare teachings with Scripture. Use reason and wisdom to distinguish truth from exaggeration. God's will, not human desire, is the ultimate reality. In the next section, we'll conclude with key takeaways, what we can learn from this discussion and how to apply it wisely in our lives. Conclusion: the truth about the law of attraction. So, after everything we've explored today, one thing is clear. The power of thought is real, but it is not magic. While a positive mindset can shape our actions and decisions, it is God, not the universe, who holds ultimate control over our lives. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about the law of attraction? Have you ever experienced something that made you question whether thoughts can shape reality? How do you think faith and action should work together? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue this discussion. I read every comment, and your insights help shape future videos. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, make sure to hit the like button. It helps the video reach more people. Share this with your friends and family. Let's bring more people into this conversation. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode. This is just the beginning. In upcoming videos, we'll dive deeper into faith, mindset, biblical wisdom, and how they all connect in everyday life. If today's discussion made you think, trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. See you in the next video. God bless you, and take care.